Oh wait, offline.
Your connection successful.
There you go. You're live now.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear us? Hello?
And we're back. OB is having issues today. Sounds like it.
Hello? Oh, OBS having issues today? Question mark? Oh, yeah, it is. Is everyone there? Can everyone hear us?
It wouldn't be a knife and Levy stream if somebody didn't disconnect.
Oh yeah, you both cut out. Also, I see there. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. I am Fishbowl. Welcome to the Druid Circle. That's what I'm calling my. That's why I call my thing. Your connections don't agree with your tier list.
Fair enough.
You're watching Rhymes and did the same thing. Oh, interesting. Okay, well, if we're all here, when did we cut out? Is the question.
Yeah, that is the question. When
You
did we
guys
cut
would
out?
know. Because currently we finished reading the 14th level ability. Did you guys get that? You
When
just
you
finished
finish 14th
14th
level. There you go.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Oh, so yeah, so you said we finished that, and then you were like, this is kind of the ability when you get it, it's kind of
in the middle of 7 ads. Nice.
What?
You cut out right in the middle of 7 ads for me.
7 ads?
It's probably a joke, but yeah, the ads are crazy. I think I had 5 ads.
The hey? Let me look at my thing real quick. Okay, weird. We should be good for the next 28 minutes. Sorry, Twitch is Twitch.
Yeah.
I got ad blocker, so I get 0. Mwahaha.
Nice.
Nice. I don't care about the ads. I don't get paid that much. I don't care.
Wait, you're getting paid?
Yeah. So back to what we were saying. You were saying how the whole critical this whole 14th level ability is kind of meh when you get it because at that point, and I mentioned that in our campaign we do double damage for crits and stuff, so it's not bad. It's pretty cool.
No. What I was saying is that normally for all of the subclasses, the 14th level ability you get is pretty meh. This one actually isn't that bad.
Yeah. So though with that, going through this again. The extra damage and stuff for your fungal spores is pretty nice. The fact that it has another use for the wild shape is nice. My problem still is, why is it not a bonus action? Is it because it gives you temporary hit points? Can't really be, right?
For which one? The fungal, the which one?
Oh, I'm sorry. I read hail spores. I meant symbiotic entity. It's your wild shape feature to activate this ability, but you do not activate as a bonus action. You activate it as an action.
Yeah, honestly, it probably would be a lot better if you can activate that as a bonus action.
Yeah, I mean, if stars is allowed to be a bonus action, I turn into a constellation and just mess up the battlefield or heal or other things. I find it weird that symbiotic entity is not also a bonus action. Didn't these both come out at the same time?
Circle of what and Circle of what? Shepherd and Spores?
Yeah. No. Spores Spores and stars.
No.
No. Oh, what came out with?
No. Stars and Wildfire Artasha.
Oh, okay. No, ignore me.
They're so yeah. We'll get there.
I see why then. Again, I would like an update to this. Be a bonus action, please.
Yeah. That would help the class a lot.
It's because of the temp HP. Wolf says. I don't think it's that entirely much because of temp HP. Because you could do some wacky stuff with stars, especially with the healing and such.
I honestly don't even think the temporary hit points is that big of a deal. Just let me. I mean, again, 10th level, it's like you gain 40 hit points. Okay, great. Like that could be really good.
Whole class is as a whole, the class is a frontliner. You get the most out of it when you stay up front. The benefit is that it lets you cast all your spells and abilities with your temporary hit HP up.
It makes you kind of more tanky.
Okay, I can see that. Okay. The fungal infestation. So this is unlimited zombies. As long as you keep spending your reaction, you can do it. I mean, obviously equal to your proficiency
It's a
bonus.
proficiency bonus.
Yeah, but
and
still,
it's only one zombie at
yeah.
1 HP.
Oh, there's zombies at 1 Oh, yeah, you're right.
The zombie spawns at 1 HP.
Yeah, the fact that they just turn to zombies and stuff, zombies don't have really good stats at all. It's mostly just there to like I guess the one thing you could be like is, oh, I raise that dude from the dead as a spore monster. I'm gonna make him. Do you get to control them? It obeys your mental commands. You can be like, use the help action. Because you're not gonna have
it
an
has to be an
attack.
attack. It has to be an attack.
Has to be an attack?
Has to be an attack.
The zombie.
Yeah, no, I know. They get up, they move, and they attack something. And again, the creature that dies has to be a humanoid or beast. So if you kill a giant, you can't zombie a giant.
Huh. Okay, I can understand about not wanting to zombify certain creatures with certain beneficial effects and spells and yada yada, because that can muddy the whole thing. But if you animated them as slightly stronger zombies, that'd be nice. The fact that they're level 1 zombies, or no, sorry, 1 HP zombies is kind of lackluster, to be honest with you. Even the fact that they can't help action. They can only attack. I guess you can use them for flanking, though that's not a base roll. It's very reaction heavy. I mean, it's everything. Oh. I mean, it's everything combined with extra damage on hits, explorer damage. That's for the other thing. In the past, it was 5 temporary hit points, and it was unlimited zombies before they nerfed it. Don't know why they did. It kind of sucks. It does kind of suck. That's, a zombie's not that strong. A zombie with 1 HP is not that strong. They have an 8 AC. They're gonna get hit. At higher levels, they automatically got hit. I guess they take up the creature's action, but then again, a creature could probably ignore them because they're not going to hit them if they have high AC or decent AC. I kind of wish it was a bit better. Somebody did something to someone while being a zombie. Moving on, sending spores. This one's kind of cool. You send out the cube for a minute, and you send the cube for a minute, 30 feet away from you, and the creatures take damage inside of it, essentially, after making the save. But you cannot use your reactionary spore while this is active. I can see the reasoning why. But do you see this as useful, Knife?
Alright. Weird weaknesses. Alright. Weird weaknesses class is kind of pigeonholed as far as flavor. It's not like Swarm Druid where the swarm can be anything. Here it's difficult to flavor anything other than mushrooms.
Yeah.
Well, see, the thing is, I mean, like, even like Swarm Keeper, I can reflavor the Swarm Keeper as like magic arrows and magic effects. You could easily probably reflavor a lot of this as just like a gas or something that's like invisible that's hurting you, or like a necrotic shroud, or it does have that, like, it's very heavy in the theme. But while it is hard to reflavor a lot of the time, some people like that, and the fact that it's what it is, so it gives them enough like direction. Like Wildfire Druid, right? It's fire. Everything you do about it is fire. Everything about it is fire. But like a Stars Druid is just like, it's the stars. But what about it is specifically the stars? Well, it's the stars flavor text. Yeah, but so you could just do something else. Whereas fire it's fire. It's no ifs, ands, but it's fire.
Yeah. What do you think about this ability, though?
About the sending spores?
Yeah, spreading spores.
All right. you gain the ability to send a seed, an area, as a bonus action while your summon feature is active. Semitic entity is active, so you have to turn on Semitic entity. So it's you have to use your action. So this is why your entity isn't an action, because this ability ties with your 10th level ability, right? So you need to activate this ability, which allows your spores, Halo spores damage to do more damage, right?
Okay.
You then get to use it as a bonus action that hurls it 30 feet away from you in a 10-foot cube. Which you then could use your reaction to cause somebody inside the cube to receive damage. This one move uses your action, your bonus action, and your reaction.
Wow.
You know what the best part about it is? So this is 10th level ability.
No, wait,
right?
no, it doesn't require your reaction, because if you read it, it says whenever a creature moves in the cube, it starts its turn there, it takes the damage.
It has to start the turn.
It doesn't take your reaction to make the damage. You just can't use your reaction to do the Halo Spores effect.
Right, but here's the thing though, right? It takes away your reaction.
It does take away your...
No, what I mean is, the cube persists. You cannot use your Halo Spores reaction. So, if you throw this thing out there, and then somebody moves in your range, you can't hit them. You have to move the cube at them. So you have to use your bonus action to dismiss it, so that you can use your reaction to hit somebody else.
Yeah.
And you know what the worst thing about all of this, right?
Yeah.
So you get this thing. There's an enemy that's far away from you, right? You use your action to get yourself more bolstered. Your Halo Spores. You're 10th level, so it's a 1d. It's a 1d8. So you throw this thing out there. It takes your action and your bonus action to get 2d8. 2d8 at level 10. It takes your action and your bonus action for 2d8 of damage, and if they pass the Constitution saving throw, they take nothing.
Yeah, they don't even take half. That's kind of lackluster. And as for spells that they get, Chilling Touch, Blindness and Deafen, which is a good spell, Gentle Riposte, Reanimate Dead, Reach's Form, Blight, Confusion, Cloud Kill, and I can't say that.
A lot of these spells that you actually just, outside of like Gentle Riposte, you just get them as Druid.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of any other spells that would be cool if they could have just gotten that were better.
Animate Dead. No, they get that.
Yeah, they have
Animate Dead's probably the only thing on this spell list that's actually good.
Yeah. Man, Spores, why?
Spores.
I think Fungal Body's a cool ability, though. You get a little 14, but I still think it's pretty cool. Maybe if it was moved down to 10th level would be better. I wouldn't say it's broken at level 10. Huh.
You want the best thing about this class?
What's that?
You can make it better with feats by ignoring the thing. So, for example, if a creature starts within 10 feet of you, right? They should just, if they start within 10 feet of you, take this damage. Because it's your reaction, right? But your symbiotic entity allows you that when you do melee attacks, you do extra damage. Why would you not just take Sentinel?
Wolf says it's good for groups of enemies since it can hit multiple. But you can't hit anyone near you, so it's a long range, which conflicts against your frontline nature. They nerfed this subclass to dirt when they changed it from Eberron to Eberron Rising of the Last War, the official and the unofficial ability. Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Okay then. So let's get to our tier of where we put Spores.
Do we need a response?
For me, it's D. It's D.
Deer?
It's D.
Yeah. It absolutely is deer, because the thing is, a lot of those abilities like conflict each other and they just suck.
Yeah.
And what it ends up doing is it makes you want to just build something else while you're already in the thing. Like while I'm thinking about this, I'm like, okay, I get to use my action, and then I get to buff my melee attacks. Okay, I'll pick up like sorcery points and get like the bonus action thing. So the first turn, I use my action, get some extra bonus action, run in, sorcery points, bonus action, cantrip, booming blade, do crazy damage. Like, I'm thinking about ways to do not play this class.
Yeah. It is kind of sad. Man. Drew, Circle of Spores is probably the one here that I haven't looked into the most out of all of them.
Yeah.
But wow, I thought it was a lot better than I thought it was. and like Wolf says, how a lot of its abilities conflict with it trying to be the frontliner.
Yep. Also, the undead army thing. Again, if you have the ability to summon zombies, why not take Sentinel?
Yeah. I wish the zombies are stronger. That's such a cool ability. That's like, we killed that direwolf. I'm gonna raise it, and it's like a stronger kind of direwolf zombie. I am the necromancer spore druid. And it's like, no, it's super weak.
It's a 1 HP zombie.
Yeah, I can sneeze
the
on
only
it.
caveat is that the Constitution saving throw keeps it alive. But they don't even get like advantage or like disadvantage on the saving throw of like staying alive. It's just they make a saving throw at 1 HP. So if the creature does 20 points of damage, the zombie's dead.
Yeah. And if the zombie jumps up a 10-foot cliff, which is not that really high, it's dead. It's dead. It's gone. That's lackluster. So yeah, Circle Druid D. Wow, we have something in every slot.
Yep. Pretty balanced.
Yeah. Again, it's still a druid It's still a druid. You're still a druid.
Yep. You're still a druid.
Still a druid. So
And you can, again,
thing.
just because it's a bad subclass, you can make it good, like, pretty easily.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. You just have to put more extra effort into it, but you can definitely make it good.
That's another thing Tape just said. Honestly, Druid shouldn't be on the front line outside of animal form. If you want to be on the front line, play Moon.
Yeah.
They have a low AC and a D8. So this was another point I wanted to bring up, right? You'll be taking a lot of hits and no reaction to absorb elements. You have a very low hit point buffer, and the temporary is gone when the temporary hit point's gone. The main thing about this is that you use your action to give yourself temporary hit points. When those temporary hit points are gone, your main features and abilities are gone, and your wild shape is expended. And you have to use your wild shape to get this feature back. You are a druid with low AC. Those health points are going to go gone instantly. By level 10, you have 40 HP.
Oops. Oh. Yeah. Oh boy. Well, circle
You
spores.
You don't get any more temporary hit points.
Yeah. Circle spores D. I'm sorry. D.
It's D.
Yeah. So let us move on to the last two we have. Who's it gonna be? Who's gonna be first? Type in the chat, and we will talk about that one first. And again, I'll go off.
If you guys ever do a
new.
one shot, I so desperately want you to play my Spores Druid so you can both laugh and cry.
Okay.
At level 10, 40 HP is one. Yeah, at level 10, 40 HP is one hit. Is one multi attack.
Wow.
Yeah, just so you know, remember when I played Zuko and did 80 points of damage in one hit?
I love how the streams. I don't know how long we've been truly streaming for because OBS messed up and now it just says 17 minutes, which is not true.
Wait, no, it's been 2 hours.
Okay, I was curious looking at it.
Almost 2 hours.
All right, Tape says let's do dreams.
Yeah, okay.
Dreams it is. Which I'm fine with because I have a lot to say on fucking Wildfire.
All right, I'm going to use the wash, but feel free to start reading.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna read your dreams. Let's do this. Circle of Dreams. Bomb of the Summer Court. At second level, you become imbued with the blessings of the Summer Court. You are a font of energy that offers respite from injuries. You have a pool of fate energy represented by a number of d6s equal to your druid level. As a bonus action, you can choose one creature you can see within 120 feet of you and spend a number of those dice equal to half your druid level or less. Roll the spent dice and add them together. The target regains a number of hit points equal to the total. I'm reading weird. The target also gains one temporary hit points for each die spent. You also regain all expended dice after a long rest. Okay. Going off this as a Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I read something incorrect. Next ability, level 6, and again we'll go back and we'll talk about them in more detail. Level 6 ability, Scarf of Moonlight and Shadow. At 6th level, home can be wherever you are. During a short or long rest, you can evoke a shadowy power of the glooming court to help guard your respite. At the start of the rest, you touch a point in the space of an and an invisible 30-foot radius spear of magic appears, centered on that point. Total cover blocks the spear. While within the spear, you and your allies gain a +5 to dexterity, stealth, and wisdom perception checks. And any light from open flames in the spears, campfire torches, or the like isn't visible outside. The spear vanishes at the end of a rest or when you lead the spear. So it's like the tiny hut. Hidden paths, level 10. You can use the hidden magical pathways that some Fae use to travel space in the blink of an eye. As a bonus action on your turn, you can teleport up to 60 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. Alternatively, you can use your action to teleport one willing creature you touch up to 30 feet, an unoccupied space you can see. You can use this feature a number of times equal to your wisdom modifier, and you regain all expended uses after finishing a long rest. Okay. 14th level ability, Walker in Dreams. When you finish 14th level, the magic of the Feywilds grants you the ability to travel mentally or physically through dreamlands. When you finish a short rest, you can cast one of the following spells without spending a spell slot or acquiring material components. Dream. Dream with you as the messenger, scrying, or teleportation circle. This use of teleportation circle is special. Rather than opening a portal to determine the teleportation circle, it opens a portal that lasts to the last location where you finished a long rest on your current plane of existence. If you haven't taken a long rest on your current plane, the spell fails but isn't wasted. As long as you use this feature, you can't use it again until you finished a long rest. Okay. Knife, are you back?
Yep.
Okay, welcome back. Reading chat real quick before we go back into the depths of it.
Yeah.
Subclass sucks, but the flavor is cool at least. Wolf says. For Spore, I mean. Okay, that's back to Spore.
So
this text stinks of early 5e writing.
Yeah. It's the Celestial Warlock ability for the healing. Stinks of early 5e writing. It's Poor Man's Tiny Hut, Poor Man's Misty Step, Lightly Better Misty Step, slightly better. Still replaces what you should be whole ass class subclass feature. Shadow Monk gets that ability, but for free. Yeah. So
let's first talk about the Bomb of the Summer Corp. You're basically your healing dice you get to throw out to heal your friends and also give them temporary hit points. I think it's a cool ability. However, I do feel like you should get a bit more of them. I feel like this is supposed to be the healing druid.
Yeah, the best way to describe it is if this is the healing druid, it definitely should give you like buffs on your spells or something that gives you that kind of thing. It's a bonus action heal. It's nice that it doesn't require concentration. It's just a kind of like a free little, hey, I can heal you. The thing is that druids do get access to decent healing magics. They don't get, obviously not nearly as good as clerics do, but they do get some good healing stuff. You know what would be better than healing? Something that actually help you in combat. Like something that actually helps you with kill the enemies before you need to heal your allies, because usually when you're in a position of healing people, it's usually after combat, and it's never, or it's like, oh, one person goes down, okay, cool, here's a little thing. It's basically healing word.
Yeah. Or an ability that's like what's it called, like a supportive ability that buffs your friends while healing them or debuffs the enemy.
Yeah, and here's another thing that Wolf just said. This came out around the same time Shepard did. The healing druid is worse at healing than the summoner druid.
Yeah. Yeah. Fey Wanderer Ranger gets Misty Step Wanderer, which is better than Hidden Paths. Yeah.
So yeah, the Hearth of the Moon. During a short rest or long rest, you can make a barrier. It's a poor man's tiny hut.
It is.
Like tiny hut's just better.
It doesn't cost anything.
It doesn't cost anything, but again, neither does tiny hut because it's a ritual.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say it's entirely bad. It's still nice. It's still a free thing you get to spend during a short or long rest. You don't spend anything, and it can be helpful in certain cases. If you're hiding from creatures and stuff.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how often people rest in dangerous places. My players don't whatsoever.
Our players are a little smarter at that. There are people who take long rests in the dungeon.
Yeah, for me, it's like, oh, guys are in this forest and it's pretty dangerous creatures. You guys are pretty hurt. And they're like, let's keep going. And it's like, okay, and they win. But I guess this can help with that, and where the players would be like more inclined to rest in those dangerous spaces because they know they can probably get away with it.
Yeah.
It's not entirely bad.
Yeah, it's not entirely useful, like useless in comparison, because the thing about the tiny hut is like it's a protective barrier. It's great, but I think it's also like a dome, so they could just. I think at one thing you had at the enemy just pick the dome up and lift it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, it's a little bit more stealthier than the hut, but it's stealthy. If the enemies know where you are, they know where you are. Whereas the hut can actually protect you.
Yeah, which also I just forgot that the hut is ritual, which means you don't have to
It's ritual, yeah.
sweat. So yeah,
So basically the same thing.
yeah. Hidden paths. It's cool that you can teleport your friends, but the ranger one is better. But I don't think you can teleport your friends with the ranger one.
So here's the thing though about hidden paths. Starting at level 10, you use the hidden magical paths that use the fade to traverse, right? Bonus action on a turn, you can teleport up to 60 feet in an unoccupied space you can see. Or you could teleport willing creature 30 feet. You have better teleporting and better movement across long terrain as a 10th level druid by your spells than this feature can provide.
Yeah. I would say the best part about it is the fact that you can teleport your friends, which can be useful at times.
I have done it very useful. I used my bonus action to teleport myself, and then I used my action to teleport a friend, and we both escaped combat. And then I was able to heal them. Yeah, so can a 3rd level Thunderstep.
But you're not spending a spell slot.
You're not spending a spell slot, but you can only use this by, I think, your proficiency bonus.
Your wisdom modifier.
Your wisdom modifier. So, again, you're spending something.
You're spending something, that is true. But
And spell slots aren't the hardest thing when you're 10th level.
yeah, I say I like the ability to teleport your friends. That's the biggest thing I see from this. Teleporting yourself, Misty Step does that, and like 10 other things. I wish I had another feature that was really nice, like maybe like as you teleport, they become invisible until the start of the next turn or something. So it's like a more safer teleportation ability. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it doesn't do that, and my only thing about it's like, oh, it's cool you can teleport your friends, because I could think of a lot of scenarios with that. Besides that, you have 10 other abilities that could probably teleport you. And by the way, if you don't want to pick up Misty Step, just get the Fey Touch feat. There you go. You're probably going to play it anyway, so this is a very much Fey oriented.
Yeah.
It's very Fey themed.
God, the Fey, I like the idea of Fey Touch. You get some really good shit out of that.
Yeah. You can though. In addition, whenever you cast Misty Step, you can bring along one willing. Oh yeah, that's right. The Fey Wonder ability can bring a friend with you.
Yeah.
Well then. Okay. I wish it was better. I wish it was better.
Again, wait, is that Fey Wanderer, the whenever you cast Misty Step, you can teleport somebody with you from Fey Wanderer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because Tasha's gave a lot of good things.
Yeah, she gives a lot of good things.
Oh my god. No, not just Fey Wanderer eats this subclass's lunch for dinner, but like, or just lunch. The Fey Wanderer is so good and just does everything. Like, you're the wisdom character and the charisma character, while also being a full ranger of DPS, but also getting some of the bards like abilities like charm person and shit like that. You're a dex-based character with constitution, wisdom, and charisma.
Yeah.
What role are you playing? Yes.
Yeah. For the campaign I'm gonna be popping up in soon, I'm actually playing as a Fey Wanderer because it's so cool.
It's really nice.
I can't wait to get the ranger. But next ability, a Walker Within Dreams. I don't know much about the dream spell. I haven't casted these spells or used them in my campaigns. I know what Scrying does, obviously. That's useful. Teleportation circle, but it's a very special one, which it brings you back to your last save point, essentially. I think it's pretty cool. It has utility and such, where it's like, hey guys, let's rest inside this tavern and not sleep anywhere else when we get to the dangerous place or something like that. I don't know. It's interesting.
It is.
I think it should have been a bit more with the healing. Like, in addition to Walker and Dreams, You could probably heal more. Like, you're the healing druid, but like it doesn't seem like anywhere is that Summer Bomb gets any kind of like improvement added to it.
It's just your levels and how many you put in.
I feel like that's the whole thing about this. It should have been like the Summer Bomb gives you more benefits. Oh, you give them a +1 to temporary hit points equal to number of dice, and you also heal them. Why not also buff their speed? I don't know, something like more buffs to it, like improvements down the line. But no, it's just that, and that's it. And here's a bunch of other kind of gimmicky things.
Yeah, it's very the class is very gimmicky.
It's still cool. I love the aspect of the dreams and the Feywild. That's awesome. The teleportation around is cool. I feel like as a druid, as just a druid, you already kind of do all that.
You're a subclass called the Dream Druid, and you don't get dreams until level 14.
Yeah, you don't get to manipulate the dreams until level 14. From a DM standpoint, teleportation has to be able without this to any location. Has to be available without this, because you can't depend on someone taking the subclass. Yeah, that's true. At the 14th level, you have a spell that lets you and your party teleport to any location on the planet through a plant. Yeah, it causes spell slap, but it's just better.
Was it the Tree Strider?
Yeah, Tree Strider.
As long as it's a forest, you just fucking go.
It's basically wording nothing. Yeah, I get that. I see that. Man, I mean, not all classes have the best subclasses. There's gonna be some stinkers here and there, but I feel like they can be improved on.
The thing I will say about the Dreams Druid in like its defense, because we have been ragging on it pretty hard, everything you get with this subclass is a poor man's version of something that is better. But the overall package is like, it's still good. You still get a lot of good stuff that's like, oh, you get this. Okay. You get that. Okay. If you don't have them, they're nice. But again, like, somebody can have a better option. You could be like, I'm a healing version. And then the Celestial Warlock shows up and I'm like, and it's just like, I'm you. And then, you get the Tiny Man Hut and it's just like, okay, but what if you don't play a wizard? This could be very good if you don't have the people who have the rich man version of this, but for the poor man's options, they're not bad.
Yeah, and also, yeah, you're the Dreams Druid and you don't get the dream until 14. Why not have a cool ability where it's like, guys, where you can as you're long resting, you can enter an ethereal state, which allows you to basically like walk to other houses and stuff, and like peer into the small, like basically the uses of what's that one spell? Well, that lets you read people's minds.
Oh, jeez, no idea.
But you get to read the surface thoughts and stuff like that. That spell. Why not have this ability kind of similar like that, where you get to peer into people's dreams as they're sleeping when you're in this ethereal state and get to learn information, where you become a druid that gets to gather information, have that kind of utility that no one else really has, and you can do it way safer. But no, you get dreaming at level 14.
Yep.
You're the dreams druid.
Yep. You don't do anything with dreams until level 14. The only thing that's like nice is like when you take a short rest, you get to like hide everybody. But again, like you have access to that shit.
Yeah, I had your long rest is
that,
half as much time. Because dreams or whatever.
Yeah. some that have to do with sleeping.
Or making your entire party rest faster. Can you imagine how useful that would be? Hey guys, no longer it has to be an 8-hour long rest. It can be half the time. Maybe that'd be too strong. Maybe you can do something with it, but you know what I mean?
Right, I'm gonna make a statement about catnap. That is my personal thing about catnap, because catnap is a spell where it's you cast it, and then you could take a hour-long short rest in 10 minutes. If you have the time to catnap, you have the time to take a short rest.
Yeah.
Catnap is trash.
You have a free catnap? That would be cool. Yeah. I think it's free. It's not bad. Detect thoughts is what I was thinking. Thank you very much. Just something that allows you to become the druid.
A party catnap might be fun, but if you have 10 minutes, if you have 10 minutes to take a short rest, you have 10 minutes. You have an hour to take a short rest.
Yeah. Yeah. Anywho, from it knocks you.
Yeah, it also knocks you unconscious, whereas the short rest doesn't.
Yeah. I guess all I can say is like, I wish it was better.
Yeah.
Either more healing utility or really the theme of the class itself. Conjure up dreams. Use my wild shape to conjure up a dream creature. A nightmare. To attack for me. Give my teammates pleasant dreams to bolster their strengths. I just want to be this. You're called the dream. Be the dream. Be the dream druid. Sorry, I'm ranting too much. Let's go.
It's a tier list.
Yeah,
We're made to rant.
let's go where we're putting dream druid.
Okay, Dream Druid for me, it's not bad,
It's
but
not,
everything you
yeah.
get out of it is a poor man's version of something.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. If you show up to the party as a Dream Druid, I'm not gonna hate you, but it is pretty much a C tier.
Wait, what spells did they get? Did I overlook that?
They did not get spells.
I'm sorry. You want to say that again?
They did not get spells.
Yeah, but why? Wait, why?
Because they can heal. Because they can heal.
That doesn't mean anything. The shepherd has spells and they can heal.
Yep. How do you feel about
What?
your
Why didn't they get spells? What?
Nope.
What do you mean?
No,
What do you-
they didn't get spells. They didn't get spells.
Where's the spells?
Even the spores get spells. Again, the class isn't bad, but it definitely lacks a lot of oomph. It feels worse than land. That's what's sad about it.
Even
But it's
spore
not
gets
the
spells.
worst thing.
Yeah, what? See the future in your dreams? That'd be really cool because Xanathar's got everything.
Yeah, you get the woe-wee thing where you the DM tells you if it's like a good, bad option or whatever.
Yeah. I was playing a boss, but I don't know. Catnap came in handy in that one of Arcamians. It did. It came out in 2017. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure other classes back then also had spells. Land has spells. Moon doesn't have spells, right? Yeah, Moon doesn't have spells, but it's fine because you can't cast while in your wild shape. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Shepherd has spells. Spores has spells.
So
I can think of 10 spells off the back of my hand that you can give to dreams.
The thing the takeaway from this, because yes, it did come out in 2017, right? And back then, because I think if you look at Shepherd doesn't get spells. Shepherd is the summoning one. This is the healing one, and Shepherd heals better than this.
Yeah, that's
like
so weird.
you failed on a drastic level.
That's so weird to me. Why? Why not have a special conjure animal that's conjuring a fae, a specific kind of fae? Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. Every druid can already do that because of Tasha's now. Okay, let's rate this before I get too angry. Where are we putting Circle of Dreams? Because I'm sad now.
It's a C tier. Honestly, it is a C tier. Everything about it is a poor man's version of something, but you can make it work, and it's not the worst thing in the world.
I can agree with that. C tier.
Yep, C tier. D for dreams.
D for dreams.
Because the thing is, though, the one feature you really do get, is you can heal as a bonus action, and you can dump all of it. So you get a d6 for every level you are. So if you're level 10, that's 10 d6 of healing plus 10 temporary hit points that you could just dump onto somebody. At the end of the day, even if you don't do anything else and just play as a subclassless druid, you're a subclassless druid with a free bonus action of just you get your fucking health back. Shut the fuck up. Oh, you could dump half of it. Okay, sorry, you could dump half of it. Okay, never mind. I might be thinking about D tier now.
Okay. Also,
you can only dump half of it.
For catnap, if it was a free catnap, the group would use it regularly. Give some use to an underused spell. Plus, it fits the dreams theme since you can literally get knocked out into a super powerful catnap. Yeah, just give them a free use of it.
Having a everybody takes catnap as like your short rest thing would have been nice.
Earth Genasi can use Blade Ward as a bonus action. It's not even a class. I know that's in the future, but still.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I kind of want to give this one C. C feels right, but it's like the more you talk about it, the more you're just like, the more it's just such a disappointment.
Yeah. Again, you're still a druid.
You're still a druid. The only thing I can say, like in this, so this is the funny thing about this class and why I'm leaning towards giving it a C and not a D, is that the Spores Druid gets in the way of you being a druid. This one doesn't. That's the only thing positive I can say about it.
Okay. Next subclass. Okay, guys, you guys get to vote. What's the next one we do? Come on, put it in the chat.
Armor Druid.
Armor Druid, let's go. They're already talking about fire in the chat.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay.
It's we've waited. It's the
This
fire druid.
class. Shepherd again? Okay, let's go talk about Shepherd again. So, no. There we go. With their
Are you ready for this one? Are you ready for this one?
Yep, let's go. Let's go to the wildfire.
Prepare for a lot of reading, my boy. Prepare for a lot of reading.
Am I reading this or you reading this?
You're reading this.
You want me to read this?
Yes, I do.
Okay, fine. Let's read this. Second level ability. Summon Wildfire Spirit. You can summon a primal spirit bound to your soul. As an action, you can expend a use of your wild shape feature to summon your Wildfire Spirit rather than assuming a beast form. The spirit appears in an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you. Each creature within 10 feet of the spirit, other than you, when it appears, must succeed a dexterity saving throw against your spell DC, or it takes 2d6 fire damage. The spirit is friendly to you and your companions and obeys your commands. See this creature's game statistics in the... Okay, you can look down here and see your stuff. The spirit is friendly to you and your comrades. I already read that. Appearance. It takes the form of like a fiery creature. This is flavor stuff. Here's the spirit's stats. I will kind of go over this since it's pretty important. 13 armor class. 5+5 times your druid level. Pretty nice. It can fly. It's hovering, but still. 30 feet of movement speed. Not bad. It's immune to fire, of course, because fire. It's immune to charmed, frightened, grappled, prone, restrained. It's really cool that's immune to prone. Also restrained. It can see in dark vision. Understands languages you speak. Has a persistence bonus equal to yours, and then it has its actions. So it has Flame Seed, a ranged attack of your spell. A ranged attack of your spell modifier is such. It shoots fire that does 1d6 fire damage. Okay, nice. Its other ability, Fiery Teleport. The spirit and each willing creature of your choice within 5 feet of it teleports up to a 15 feet to an unoccupied space you can see. Each creature, then each creature within 5 feet of that space that the spirit left must succeed a dexterity saving throw or take damage. It literally does.
Thunderstep.
Yeah. You remember when the Druid can teleport? This thing does it too.
Oh, I want you to notice something.
It's all
about
your
this,
friends.
I want you to notice something, right? This is a 15 teleport. 15 feet, not that big of a distance, but that's not the important part. The important part is any willing creature. You can teleport 8 people at will as a bonus action for up to an hour.
And you do damage. Moving on. In combat, the spirit shares your initiative counter, but it takes its turn immediately after yours. The only action it takes on its turn is the dodge action, unless you take a bonus action on your turn to command it to do any of its other actions. Determine on a stat box. If you are incapacitated, the spirit takes any action of its choice, not just dodge, so it still exists while you're knocked out. Cool.
Yep.
The spirit manifests for 1 hour until it is reduced to 0 hit points, or until you summon it again. Essentially. Level 6 ability, Enhanced Bond. The bond of your Wildfire Spirit enhances your destructive and restorative spells. Whenever you cast a spell that deals fire damage or restore hit points while your Wildfire Spirit is active, is summoned, excuse me. Roll a d8 and you gain a bonus equal to the number roll. Am I reading this correct? Roll a d8 and you gain a bonus equal to the number rolled on the 1 damage or healing of the spell. Yeah. In addition, you can cast spells within range of yourself, or a spell originally from your Wildfire Spirit. Yeah, you can cast it from yourself or from your Wildfire Spirit. Nice. You have a little drone that you can shoot stuff from. How do you say this word? I'm illiterate. What's rising? Colorizing flames.
No, cauterizing flames. I'm dumb. Cauterizing flames. 10th level ability. You gain the ability to turn death into magic flames.
that can heal or incinerate. When a small or large creature dies within 10 feet of you or your wildfire spirit, a harmless spectral flame springs forth from the dead creature's face and flickers for 1 minute. When a creature you can see enters that space, you can use the reaction to exhaust the spectral flame there and either heal the creature or deal fire damage to it. The healing or damage done is equal to 2d10 plus your wisdom modifier. You can use this reaction a number of times equal to your efficiency bonus, and you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest. Wow.
Yeah.
14th level ability, Blazing Revival. The bond of your wildfire spirit can save you from death. If the spirit is within 120 feet of you when you are reduced to 0 hit points and thereby fall unconscious, you can cause the spirit to drop to 0 hit points and you gain half your hit points and immediately raise on your feet. You cannot use this ability again until you finished a long rest. What the fuck is this class? Why does it do like the 3 other subclasses better? Or have like gimmicks that they have?
And so you want to know the funny thing about this, because it's one of my controversial opinions. I'm gonna have a very controversial opinion about this class. The Stars Druid, we gave an S tier. The Stars Druid doesn't get spells. The Wildfire does.
Oh yeah, wait, yeah, Wildfire. What spells do you get?
Burning Hands, Cure Wounds, Flaming Sphere, Scorching Ray, Plant Growth, Revivify, Aura of Life, Fire Shield, Flame Strike, and Mass Cure Wounds. You do a lot of fire damage and healing. Yep.
Before we go through this,
better than Druid. Druids.
Wow. Before we go through this a bit more in depth, let's read a bit of the chat. See what people are saying. Wildfire is an easy A, said by Wolf. Tape says we haven't had enough femboy ASMR. Thank you. Wolf says my player is using it and having free infinite teleportation is strong. Plus extra 1d8 of damage of healing is really nice. Not busted, but really strong. From experience, it only ever uses the teleportation action since it's an AoE damage of range damage plus its teleport allies to safety. Yes, that is. Yeah. It can see in dark vision. Just realized I've never considered if summons can see in the dark. A cat in D&D doesn't have dark vision. I just want to point out.
Most of them do.
Cauterizing, but because I'm illiterate.
Yep.
It's cool, better free healing spirit. Yep. TCE. What's TCE mean?
I think it's the book that came from Tasha's Cauldron or everything.
Yeah, Tasha's Cauldron everything. Duh. And the last ability is probably the strongest, level 14 of Druid ability, since it literally saves your life and returns you to life with a ton of HP. Yeah.
Yeah, right off the bat.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, one of my players actually was playing this in one of my campaigns and stuff. And this little ball of fire was so annoying because it was on their turns. They were like, I roll this, I do extra damage, I heal, I do extra this. And it was just constant. And then they had the little fire spirit who also does damage or also teleports away. He saved so many people's lives from moving them out of danger. He did a lot of damage because fire, the rolls weren't in his favor, but still. Not only that, I knocked him. I did not knock him out. I used banish on him. I banished him. You're gone. You cannot heal your teammates. But he's banished away. But his flame spirit is still there, and he killed the boss with the flame spirit because it's still strong. It can still save people, and it still does decent damage. Meanwhile, his actual body was just in the astral sea, just getting high on Nova gas, and he's just still doing so much. Not to mention that player was also multi-classed into a cleric. You can already see how that was going. But
yeah.
Wow, Wildfire is awesome.
All right. Do you want to know my actual opinion about this class?
Shoot.
So normally when we talk about anything, right? I do research. I watch all the videos. I see what everyone's opinions about it and everything like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people consider this to be a A tier class that's borderline B tier because they read the features and they're like, it's okay, but whatever, right? They see stars as a tier class that's borderline S tier, and then they say moon is the greatest thing of all time. I watched a video about a person who plays Druid all the time, and they're talking about this class. They rate Stars Druid as A tier. They rate Moon Druid as A tier. This is their S tier class. And the reason why is they said when they read the abilities and they saw what the class could do, they were like, okay, that's neat. All right, that's cool. That's whatever. And then they DM'd for a player, and they were like, so the thing is, what makes a Moon Druid cool is that you could choose between being a tank or a Druid, which a Druid typically is a crowd control person. The Stars lets you switch between being a DPS or a healer or a you can maintain your concentration. You choose which one to be at one point in time. The Fire Druid, you are a DPS and a crowd controller and a healer all at the same time. No choices.
Yeah.
The second you summon your thing, you are all of these things. The Fiery Teleport is one of the strongest features because again, you have no limit to the people you can teleport outside of it being within five feet.
And they don't have to be conscious.
What? Yeah, they don't have to be conscious. They just they think that they'll be willing. But the thing is,
the wording on willing. But yeah, go on.
You move people 15 feet. The thing flies up to somebody. Bonus action, teleports them out of their 15 feet. Okay. Thing flies, teleports them out of their 15 feet. You're a crowd controller spell. You're a crowd control character with a lot of AoEs. You can teleport people out of your AoEs and then drop Firewall on them. Like, you have tons of good spells. One of the biggest complaints about this class is two things. One, you don't get Firebolt, because Firebolt is like the damage dealing cantrip. The thing you get is like an extra D8 of damage for fire the second you cast it. So if it's something that persists like Flaming Sphere, it doesn't go off. Okay, fine, I understand that. The other complaint that people go is, why don't you get Fireball, right? Why don't we get Fireball? Why don't we get Fireball? Okay, the Druid is not the damage class. They're not the DPS. They're not the one that's meant to do all of the damage in the world and kill the things. If this class had Fireball, it would be too good. It would be way too, because you just teleport everybody out of the Fireball radius and then Fireball.
Yeah, blow everyone up.
But you still get Scorching Ray, which is your machine gun fire of thing. You can use Scorching Ray from level the second you get it all the way to level 20, and it's still effective. You get like Flame Strike and Aura of Life, which is Aura of Life underrated. You get Plant Growth, which Plant Growth is just locks things in place because fucking plants sprout out of the ground, and then everyone's just like struggling to get through all that shit. It's very underrated. You also get Revivify, so if people die, you can still resurrect them as the Druid. You don't need to bring the Cleric or the Paladin. You can just do it yourself. You get all of this shit on top of being able to teleport people. You have your little thing fly in, and they grab everybody and teleport them out of all of your AoE effects. Yeah. You're just like, so many times you're just like, if you just were like 5 feet to the left or 5 feet to the right, you just go do that. You're out of my fucking thing, and I can do that thing. You get the extra D8 for your thing. So you're a damage dealer, and you even do better healing. You're a better healer than the fucking healing, the Dreams Druid.
The Dreams
Druid.
Teleportation safety.
Right? And then also, when somebody dies, when another creature dies, an aura effect comes out of it, and you can use your reaction to heal somebody.
Did we also forget to mention that the Wildfire Spirit's fiery teleportation is unlimited?
Yeah, it's your bonus. Well, the thing is, it's unlimited to the point of your creature being existing, which I think it's an action to summon the creature, correct? You summon the thing as an action. So yeah. The only thing that's holding this thing back from being just super god tier is that you have to summon this creature. But is it out for limited? Because I thought it was an hour.
Yeah, but how long does combat last?
Action, and then it's here for an hour. Right, it is here for an hour. But the thing is, it's that. You could use it for utility too if you need to teleport people around, get them over passages or whatever. Yeah, that's something you could do. Also, the one thing that like a lot of people see is like, oh, the Wildfire Spear has an AC of 13. That's really low. It flies.
Yeah.
If you get attacked by a bunch of orcs, that thing's in the air.
Yeah, and also another reason why it probably doesn't have Fireball is one of the factors of you can cast spells from your summon's perspective. Can you imagine having a little fire drone above everyone shooting out fireballs? That is pretty cool. But
yeah. And then at 14th level, if you die, you come back with half HP. Just Okay, yeah, all right, yeah, cool. I get the fact that the Moon Druid, when they go back to the regular form, they can just wild shape again. But as long as the thing's out and you die, you just
Well,
come back.
that only happens once until you finish
It
the
only
long
happens
rest.
once. Okay, fine. It happens once.
Still,
Do you,
still really
do you-
good.
like okay? You want to know how strong there's one feature in the game, the barbarian feature, and then the half orc feature, where it's like you go down to 0 HP and then you can choose to go down to 1 HP instead. That feature is strong. This one says I went down to 0 HP. I'm now back at half health.
Yeah. At level 14, that's a lot of HP.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of HP. Let's read with the chat. Wolf says, as
Give
much as it
fireball.
sucks that you have to ignore, but if it's very tanky, wait. Oh, this is the getting right back up. This is the blazing revival. As much as it sucks that you have to ignore it, but because it's very tanky, you get to full use. Not worth it if you're playing smart, of course. Good to attack since it's obviously you draw aggro per month. Either way, there's a lot of use from it, which is good for them. For me, it's an A to S tier, midway. As it makes it, what makes it S tier for me is just the teleportation ability doesn't have a cooldown, and it's just forever. And the rest of the abilities are A, as final as S to a mix for me. You really get the 14, and then Tape says fireball and such like that. Yeah. So yeah, just going through this. The spirit is so good. Like it just the teleportation, helping your teammates. Yeah, the thing can die, but then it's taking damage. It's taking aggro away from everyone. If something's gonna bother it, if it's a boss and it bothers it, it's good. If it's like a smaller enemy, like a ad, just fly up in the air and it can't really reach you unless it's shooting stuff at you. And again, it still deals damage on its turn as well. If you just use your bonus action to shoot off a little seed, so it's also attacking. These spells you get are really amazing. The bond, the enhanced bond, wherever you deal or restore damage, you can just heal or deal more damage is amazing. You're gonna grab fire elemental add up with this and pick fire.
Oh fuck yeah.
You're gonna do that. Paralyzing wounds. This is a cool ability that you just get more healing or damage to set up basically these landmines or just these healing fields for people.
Yeah, you kill it. Somebody kills an enemy and then everybody gets healed.
Yeah.
Like, it's so fucking strong.
And you use a reaction. So what you can do is you can save your teammate, teleport them to the spectral flame, and use a reaction to heal them with it.
Yeah. You can use your action, bonus action, and reaction in the same turn and do massive amounts of healing and resurrect teammates and shit like that.
Yeah, and
or
Blazing
revive teammates.
Yeah, Blazing Revival is just good as well.
Yeah.
Another thing is you're still a druid. That's so important because not only can you not only can you have your wildfire spirit out and doing its thing, you can still use summoning spells and summon other creatures.
Yeah.
Like, you can still wild shape into creatures yourself if you wanted to. You can still command your creature. It's just a bonus action.
Yeah.
And
again,
you're still
all of the
druid.
subclass features are good, and then the spell list you get is good.
Yeah. Oh boy.
I do not understand why people say that this is an A tier class, because a lot of the shit you get in what it is good, and it's just like, from what it sounds like, a lot of people read this and go, "This is what you get." It's not until you actually get to playing this class that you're just like, "Oh fuck, you could do so much with this."
Yeah.
The only thing holding it back is that you have to summon your creature per combat, pretty much. Now, granted, it's an hour, so if you work well with it, you could summon it before combat. Because again, you can do a lot in an hour. But that's pretty much the only thing, is that if you start combat with that, you have to use your action on your first turn to summon it. That's the only thing limiting it.
True, but and this could probably pair up well if you're going like trying to make like an initiative build with this to go first before your teammates. You could, the enemy's getting away,
or you just play as variant human or someone who grabs a feat and grabs sorcery, and there you go.
Yeah, it's like, the enemies are over there, they're coming towards us, or oh no, we all got surrounded, or any kind of scenario like that. And if you're building an initiative build where you can go first, you can action summon your wildfire spirit and then teleport your entire team to safety or to an advantage point.
Yep.
15 feet, it's still 15 feet.
Yeah. And you know what the funny thing is? You need to see it, your creature doesn't.
Yeah. And if any creatures did get the jump on you or are right on top of you, they get hurt. they get hurt. It's like
It's a really good subclass. I think it's underappreciated.
oh yeah. And that's another thing. You don't have to teleport everyone. You can choose. So it's like, hey, tank, you're going behind them now at the enemy line or whatever. It's like, that's so useful, and it's unlimited as long as your creature is alive and out, which is for an hour, which you're not going to be in combat for the entire hour. And if it dies, you could just summon it again. It's not the end of the world.
Combat goes like a round or two, like 2 to 3 rounds.
It is really nice. Yes, they don't get fireball.
They don't need it.
Oh well. Wall of fire. Oh, my teammate's in danger, and they're in.
You want fireball? Play sorcerer.
Yeah, wall of fire. Oh, is one of my teammates at risk of getting hurt by the wall of fire? I'll just teleport them to safety, or heal them up afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
So where are you rating this one?
Wow, it is so good. Wow.
The PTSD wall of fire. But this is the thing is, there's no PTSD wall of fire for this because they can teleport you out of the wall of fire.
Yeah. There's so many
jet. Because I know one of the things that Moshi has to suffer with is when we had a Druid player that always locked them behind fire or some shit like that, and always like not give a shit about their positioning. Well, if they don't care about your positioning, they can reposition you with the little orb.
Yeah. It's a lot of good uses. And where you asked me where am I putting it?
Yeah.
I would say this is an S tier class.
Oh yeah, I would be okay.
Stars. Stars is top. Stars is all the way top for me.
I would be willing to say Stars is A tier. This is S tier.
Are you sure?
The reason why I say that is because Stars, you have to choose what your role is. It's good. You get a lot of good things. You get a lot of great.
You do
things.
get to change it though.
You don't get a spell list. You do not get extra spells. You get Guiding Bolt. Guiding Bolt's a great spell. Guiding Bolt's a single damage dot, right? It's not dot, but like it's a single damage attack. You get the next attack is advantage. You get the thing with healing. The healing only affects you, right? Like you can heal somebody, but then it heals you, so you're a little bit more survivable. The woe and we thing, great, because you could reduce the attacks and stuff like that. Basically, it's like cutting words. It's good. It's great. It's awesome. But you do have to choose. This one you don't have to choose. You just do.
You can technically change in Stars.
You can change in Stars, yes, but the point is that in Stars you're given 3 forms, and you have to choose which one of these 3 forms benefits the scenario in your case. The thing with this one is it benefits pretty much every scenario, and you don't even have to choose. The only thing you have to choose is do you summon your Wildfire Spirit or not, which takes a wild shape. But you know what else? The Stars thing takes a wild shape. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Also,
this is better than Stars.
Wolf says people forget that Wall of Fire also has an aura of 10 feet. Protecting and damaging. Yep, one of my players did that in our campaign.
What again? The Stars Druid gets Guiding Bolt. Guiding Bolt can kill a creature. Wall of Fire can kill a room.
That is true. Wall of Fire has damage and healing. As both, and utility of teleportation at least. Stars has healing and damage. It mostly bursts single target, I would say.
Yeah. So again, the thing is. Right? I know that's what your opinion of this one. Stars has to choose, do you damage or do you heal? Wildfire
gets
just
to
does
do both. It gets to do both. It doesn't have to wait to a certain level to change. That is true.
You just do both. And by literally doing both, I mean you just cast Scorching Ray, blasted the goblin to death, and then the goblin became a healing source as a reaction.
Yeah.
You literally do both.
Jet will grow big and smash stuff. Druid use Wall of Fire. Jet, I'm suffering the fire. It burns.
I would say Stars and Moon are A tier, which fits that they're both the night theme. The night theme gets the A tier.
What does the chat say? What does the chat say? What are their thoughts on Circle Stars and Wildfire and who should be in front? I'll hold my peace for a bit.
I won't. I got my opinions and I'll share them.
I do see what you mean. They it basically does the fire, the healing and the damage at the same time. It can kill a room. It has a lot of those AoE effects, whereas Stars is very focused damage and focused healing.
Yeah, I'm always on the mindset of giving the one class the S tier because the S tier is the S tier. It's the best option, hands down.
I'd still say they're both S tier.
No, I can see where they'd be both S tier, but
Who's in front?
it stars. It feels like Stars is an A tier one that's reaching to S tier. Moon started off S tier, but as Power Creep went on, it became an A tier. I feel like Wildfire Druid just crushes S tier.
I do see what you mean. You know what? You know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still say they're both S tier, but I can agree that Wildfire takes first in terms of like this entire list.
Mm-hmm.
Stars is still good. Moon good. They're all good except for Spores. Spores is trash.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
they're all good because remember you're still a Druid. If your subclass is lacking, you're still a Druid. You still have those really good abilities to help you.
And you can make a really good Spores Druid.
Now you did mention something about the fact that
Also, do you want to know something funny? What are our two top subclasses?
the two from Tasha's.
The two from
Tasha's. And why? And if you look at this really well, you'll actually see that the ones that are at the top play around with the wild shape mechanic. That's what the subclasses should ultimately do, is change them in diverse ways to give them something of really good use. Not okay, I don't like the fact that Circle of Spores is literally just you can expend your wild shape to do this completely different thing that has nothing to do with transforming into a creature.
I don't even think that the Spores even uses your wild shape.
I thought it did. For sure it did.
Oh yeah, the symbiotic entity.
Now I know what you're about to say. Wildfire doesn't really play around with it too. You summon a creature. That is true, but it does change it enough to the point where I feel like it's nice. I want the subclasses to mess around with my wild shape because that's the gimmick of the class. My wild shape, whether it's turning me into other kinds of creatures, whether it's turning me into something that's not even a creature but almost like a form transformation. I'd love that. And Wildfire doesn't technically do that, but it has good stuff in the other places. But Stars does that. Moon does that by making me stronger. And then that's it.
The best thing is too, right? So the one thing that holds fire back a lot is that fire is a very, very resisted element type. A lot of things in the campaigns, it's not as bad as poison, but a lot of things resist fire. There are also a lot of things that are immune to fire. So even if you pick up elemental light up, you're not like the best of the best.
That's true.
But again, it's like you're in a campaign full of fire creatures. Okay, I just start healing.
Yeah, you start healing.
You teleport creatures and heal.
Yeah, you other stuff in your repertoire. It's not that bad to have one of your spells be, oh no, they're all fire. Okay, well I have call lightning just in case for the scenario.
Yeah,
like
you're still a druid. At the end of the day, you're still a druid.
You're still a druid. Based on the 14th level abilities, Wildfire is just objectively better, but they are both strong. I agree, Wolf. I agree. Yeah. So, S tier, we have Wildfire and Stars. A, we have Circle the Moon. B, Land. C, Circle Shepherd. Again, Shepherd can be in S, it can be in D, it can be in A, it can kind of be anywheres, but there's no category of anywheres.
It's so drastically changing in power level. You could break the game mechanically by playing the class, but if you play the game correctly, you could lose everything and not be powerful at all.
Yeah. And this isn't just a tier list on strength. This is like roleplay potential, power, utility, which Circle Druids can like take away from your friends, your players. You know, D&D is a social game with other players there, and
that's why for me. That's why for me, Shepherd is like it's D tier. It's not as bad as Spores, but it's D tier because it ruins the game. It makes the game not fun to play.
Yeah, it bogs down combat and stuff like that. I think it's mostly the 5E's way of combat and stuff, and just the 5E problem mainly because summons do. It's not like Shepherd's the only summoner who has a problem with them.
Mm-hmm. Again, if it was playing like the idea of Tasha's, where you know you get Tasha's Cauldron and you get the summoning ones where it's like you summon a specific animal and then that animal gets buffed and you play like a Pokemon thing. It could be fun, but they didn't make it that way. They made it so that you summon conjure animals where the animals are random. Because I think that was somebody made some fun stuff where it's like they had the choice to do it, and it was like they used conjure animals in a utility way where there was like a kids party and they played catch the cat and guess the right one, where they summoned, they used conjure animals to summon a bunch of cats, and then they turned into a cat themselves, and whoever gets the druid wins. It's like, it's cute. It's nice.
Yeah.
But no, conjuration animals is just the DM chooses, and then the DM is like, why the fuck does it say the DM chooses? Please just choose whatever you want. And then you got to keep track of like 27 different things for the manual, or you got to pull it up in D&D Beyond because, you know, whatever. But it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
What it is? There's a tier list, though, Ryder. That's what
Yeah,
you
there's
missed.
tier list. There's a lot of stuff. But we do have
Yep.
one more thing here. One more thing here before we end up ending the stream.
Uh-huh.
I also want to potentially try to rate someone and give them a bit of hey. But as you all see, as you all probably know, I am me as Levy. I can't speak. Me as Levy Lilycraft. I am a druid. My whole entire character and aesthetic is a druid. But the question was always, what kind of druid I am? And to answer that question, I am a druid of the circle of hugs. I will give hugs to everyone. That's my
Pop out.
as my funny homebrew thing. But I actually am going to be playing as Levy in a campaign coming up this Friday, and I'm still deciding on a class. I honestly was going to pick Dreams. That's not happening anymore. So
you read dreams and went, oh.
yeah. So
oh.
what do you guys think I should play? What should I play for that campaign? Which druid, in terms that matches my aesthetic of my character and also seems really fun?
Okay, I have one that matches this the aesthetic of your character. I don't think it's fun.
What's that?
Land.
Well, Land still has these spells at least, and I do want to be
It's
more of a
very,
buffer.
very spell focused. It's very, very spell focused. Yeah.
If I had to choose forest, what would I get? Bark Skin, Spider Climb, Call Lightning, Divination, Freedom of Movement, Converse with Nature, yada yada. Grasslands, Invisibility, Passive Trace, Haste. I get Haste with Grasslands. Mountain.
Stars. Levy was considering stars. They play a little bit more into the role play aspect of things.
Also, I want to be a supportive. My goal is to be a supportive character.
Where if the class specifically says this is what happens, they tend to take that as is. I do things differently. One of the things I do not like about D&D is that if you want to play as an elemental based class, you're forced to go the dragon route. I want to be an elemental based class. I don't want to pick a dragon, right? So I like ice. I like ice stuff, obviously. One of the things that's nice about barbarian is that barbarian has an ice feature without going the dragon route. But if you wanted to go, let's say, like an ice version of a sorcerer, you're kind of left with dragon because there isn't really too many options. And if you want to go thunder and you're like, oh, I want to be a storm herald, or I forget what they call this, storm sorcerer. I think it's storm sorcerer. A lot of their features don't actually do anything with storms.
Yeah.
So I tend to just be like, as long as the flavor text fits, it's fine. I'm going to be playing as a cleric, sorcerer who's using the dragon stuff, but the dragon skills are just ice.
Yeah. For hugs, I would pick land. That or stars, shepherd. Then like the box, like Boxy said, I'm not going shepherd because I actually want my friends to have fun. Sorry.
Also, I don't necessarily see Levy as a summoner. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I can see that true. Again, my role is to be a supportive. I want to support my friends. I want to buff them and make them do the cool thing, with the occasional dropping lightning. With
Levy's design of being like, you know, you've got plants and everything wrapping around you and all that stuff. It seems very land to me.
I never played a land druid. I was always scared because I didn't think they had a lot to them. But after going through everything, I can't really buff friends as moon. I honestly don't know how to flavor stars into a whole wood theme. It's one of those themes that are very like set in stone kind of a way for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because the way that I went with the stars thing was I played as a night elf, like the World of Warcraft night elf, and I went with the idea of the moon because I like the whole them worshiping the moon, and stars and moon kind of go hand in hand. So it's just it was a moon druid without being a moon druid.
Yeah. The way I can probably do it is playing as a stars druid, but flavor texting the stars as just nature around me, where as my form changes, I just basically like wrap myself up in more vines and foliage, and these are my form changes.
The only one that doesn't make sense is like guiding bolt.
Yeah.
You could absolutely flavor a stars druid in the text of a religious druid, like somebody who worships like a nature god.
Okay, like a cleric druid in a way.
Yeah, like a cleric druid.
Okay. Wildfire.
Because you get a lot of radiant stuff. You do a lot of stuff with constellations, so it's like, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Wildfire doesn't fit because Levy is scared of fire.
Yeah.
And it's literally wildfire and everything about it's like fire, like the whole elemental thing you said.
Hmm.
I guess
Yeah.
it's between a flavored stars or land.
The only thing that has that counter against the stars is the archer one where you shoot a bow. I don't necessarily see Levy as a hunter.
No, he doesn't use weapons. All he has is a staff.
Yeah. Oh, you know what though? Ooh, Kaya and the Forest Spirits. I think that's how that word is. Or Kenya and
Oh
the
yeah, where she has a
no.
staff that turns into a
She
bow.
has the staff, and the staff turns into a bow, and it has to do with like spirits and like resting the dead or that kind of stuff. But like you could still reflavor it in that text.
Okay.
But that's up to you and how you want to reflavor that. Stars is good. It's a good one. Land's not bad. Land probably fits you the most. I could definitely see Levy as more of a spellcaster than I see them turning into animals and ripping people's faces apart.
Yeah. Wolf says stars are kind of like sign readings. You can have a thing where you find the hidden signs in the nature. One of the examples given of your map is a owl hide from the feathers and stuff. Unique reading pattern. Okay, okay. Okay, kind of like how people can read the tea leaves of like
Like tea leaves reading, where like
yeah.
you put your hand out and like vines wrap around you and they guide you through the forests.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah, I can work that. Like
Okay.
I do like the flavor. One of the things I liked about D&D is D&D just says if you want to reflavor it, please do. Because you could reflavor things to be so unique and so different. For example, like the swarm keeper, you don't need bees coming around you. You could be that arcane archer, high elf that like when you draw your arrow and you fire it, like machine gun arrows come out of it, like the magic missile. To do stuff like that. Like I do like the
Yeah,
reflavoring. And yeah,
yeah, definitely.
having nature guide you could be a good thing.
Okay. I think I'll have to look on those too, but probably leaning towards stars reflavored. Now,
Yeah.
for one more thing, before we try and raid someone and give them a happy day. Here's the question. Next week, as we're gonna be doing this again next week, right?
Like most likely.
I
It's up
have
to you.
two classes we can do for the next tier list. Barbarian or fighter.
Yeah.
Both of which Boxy will be here. Mochi. There'll be three of us. Bizarre idea. I like the magical pond where when you go to it, it dazzles and branches and stars like space. That's a cool idea. I like that. But for the next tier list, what do you guys think? Barbarian or fighter? I'll let you guys vote, and however many more of one we see in the chat, we'll go for that one. I guess I could just make a poll.
You could. Yeah.
I'm curious for everyone's thoughts here, though, and then I'll make the poll.
I definitely know which one I would lean more towards.
Barbarian,
No, actually.
fighter, because you don't want to talk
Yeah.
about barbarian.
No, it's not. It's not that I don't want to talk about Barbarian. It's that Barbarian doesn't have too many options, but Fighter I feel like does.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because, like, for example, if you wanted to be like, oh, I like I said, it's very illusion and choice in that regard. It's like I have something that protects enemies or protects my allies from enemies in two subclasses. I have something that's very nature based in two subclasses.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Chad says I don't mind either. Wolf says conjure a bunch of fish and have them swim as in a group for your patterns, like Finding Nemo. That's pretty cool. Basically, Stars Druid, but stars with the trees and stuff. But
Yeah.
but okay.
What's the choice?
The choice is
Fighter or Barbarian?
Yeah, fighter or barbarian.
I think Fighter has more variety. I think Barbarian is very. I love Barbarian. It's great. But I think the variety isn't the greatest.
Real quick, let's take a look because we have some time still.
Yep.
Wait, why is it so high up? All right, let's look at fighter real quick. That's sorcerer. Not like reading them, just seeing how many subclasses they have. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I will include the gunslinger if we talk about fighter.
Yeah.
So 10 here, and then barbarian.
The one thing I hate about making knife as a barbarian is that I now have the very ice theme, and you can get ice resistance pretty easy with magic items. Like
Yeah.
uncommon magic items can just flat out give you ice resistance. So it's not hard to get the ice resistance character. My biggest issue with it is that the Storm Herald is the only one that gives you like some semblance of that, and it's really hard for me to think about other things. Because I'm doing the campaign right now. We're gonna try out the new grappler rules, which grappler rules allows you to run up, punch somebody. So you punch them and then you grab onto them like automatically, no roll required. They can escape. They can use their action to escape the DC, but you basically run up to them and punch them, and then you hold on to them, and it's like okay. And then they have disadvantage to attack anybody that's not you. And I'm like, oh well, that's basically Ancestral Guardian. So.
Yeah.
I don't need it to play as Ancestral Guardian. I can play as Storm Herald. There's also Gift of the Chromatic Dragon, which gives you a D4 bonus to your cold. You get a D4 cold attack to your attack. So I was like, oh, cool, that could work, and then I can get a magic item. I'm struggling to think about what I want to play as Knife because the idea I have in my head for him is he uses a battle axe that he either uses one-handed or two-handed, so he switches between the two. But he's kind of a grappler. He runs up, he punches you, he grabs you, and then he just starts wailing on you with an axe. And he goes very, very like tanky. Is that from 1D&D? It is.
Yeah, it is.
I like the new 1D&D rules. A lot of them I do. I thought I was gonna hate the dual wielding one because the dual wielding one is basically you in the base game you can dual wield any weapon that's not heavy. And then the new version is you can only dual wield one weapon that's like a longsword battle axe, but the other one is a hand axe.
Yeah. Also, in the future, I do want to try a one shot where we use the new rules. Just try it out.
Yeah. If you read what LB says, he's opening up the feats and he's opening up some of the rules if you guys want to play with them.
Okay, I'll look at them.
Yeah.
But
as I was saying, the one thing I do like about it is it gives you a +1 stat. Because the one thing I've always hated about dual wielder is that taking +1 in Dex or +2 in Dex is just better. It's just better.
Yeah.
But this actually lets you get that and get the +1 in Strength or Dex, so it is actually kind of nice. The one thing I was thinking about is going Beast, which gives him the claws, and then going claws so that my claw attack would actually grab somebody. And then I get the climbing thing, and then I can just grab an item that gives me ice resistance. But I don't know what did you think about that one.
Wolf says, "Who's running the game you're gonna play? Would have one of you were."
That's actually our friend LB.
Yeah, our friend LB, he's mostly on a Knife's stream.
Yep.
He's gonna be DMing it.
My EDF.
And for one shots I do in the future, obviously it'll be me. I'll be the DM for one shots.
Yeah, I DM a game on Wednesday.
Yeah, but as time is ahead of us, I'll put a poll up on Twitter to people to decide between Barbarian Fighter, and I would like to raid someone here. Thank you guys for coming. By the way, if you guys want to watch Knife, as he plays a lot of cool games and is always down to talk nothing about D&D, like everything about D&D and such, constantly. You can find him over at his Twitch.
Yeah, feel free to pester me about D&D questions on stream or off stream.
But I don't
probably not when Kai's around. Kai is sick of all the D&D talk.
Yeah, sadly.
It doesn't stop.
Playing a Beast Barbarian Bugbear right now. It's great fun. Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, it is great fun. I'd listen to Knife read the phone book. Oh, thank you.
So real quick,
my voice was nice.
Do you have anyone you can raid? Because I have no one actually. No one's on.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
Give me a name.
Well, I mean, there is a few. I do love these people. We could raid
give me
either.
A link
what was that?
Give me a link to them in Discord.
Oh, yeah, I'll type in their name in chat. We could raid Kine. Is Scott actually in our server?
Not sure.
No, he's not. All right. We could raid.
Dice Queen Di is having her 2-year anniversary.
Ooh, you know what? I don't mind raiding someone new. Or is it streaming?
HRPG. What's Polygot?
I don't know.
I'm
Is that someone you're calling out, Tape?
I believe they are. I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
I'm always looking for new people, especially other D&D players and stuff. Oh yeah. There's a lot of different TTRPGs. Okay, tabletop RPGs.
Yep, they're streaming right now.
Give me a link.
Oh, you can just type in raid and.
Well, I can. I have the Discord, the Twitch thing. I can just press a button. I just need to know their name, but I also need a link to go watch the thing.
mean, do you want me to post in here? Because their name is literally just Ice Queen DI. It's
Oh,
written with
oh.
three players. Like that's it. And then link I can send to you if you need it.
Yes, please. All right.
Yep.
Let me hit the button. Oh, I like your design.
Yeah, cute.
Okay. And oh, it started.
Oh my gosh, she's about to moan.
We got banned. But yeah, thank you all for coming and watching. It means a lot to us, and I hope you enjoyed. And I can't wait to do this again. I like the whole fire noise in the background and all that. It was really fun. All right, let's do it. I don't have a good rating outro, so Knife, you say yours.
Oh geez, I mean, I say mine is Wolves Let's Hunt.
Yeah, let's do it. Say it.
Wolves Let's Raid.
Go.
Why the fuck would that? I'm sorry, did you raid me for a moan? I'm sorry, what? What do you mean raid for the moan? Knife, you're thanks for the follow. Myth of the Minotaur, thanks for the. You want a moan? Why? Oh my god.
Oh.
I don't.
I need to turn off
Oh my
my
gosh.
stuff.